I am here with Steve Buchalter for the Jew of the Week segment that we've begun. He's our third Canadian and our third Jew of the Week, so a little bit of correlation there. Steve is an ex-Emmanuel youth director. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Absolutely
And,
correct.
and Steve's really involved in volunteer life and things like that, so I thought he'd be a great person to spotlight this week. So Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself and what keeps you busy.
All right, so I'm currently a graduate student. I'm getting my MBA at the University of Texas at Dallas, where I have a great view of the back of Aaron's head on a day-to-day basis. Before that, I was the director of youth engagement at Temple Emmanuel, and before that, I spent a number of summers working at Green Family Camp. So I'm originally Canadian, but that's how I found my way down here, and I've been in Dallas for about 3.5 years now, full-time.
Awesome. And what area of town are you usually involved in?
Okay, so I live in the Village. Easy commute to my old job, easy commute to school. If I'm coming out somewhere to hang out, it might be uptown, but usually I like to stick to the Knox Henderson area or Lower Greenville or even the Bishop Arts District. So I like to get a little bit out all over the place in South Dallas.
Cool. And you said Green Family Camp was your first big thing here. What got you involved in Jewish life in Dallas?
So I think the thing that got me involved with Jewish life in Dallas was that when I moved here, those were the people that I knew. So, for me, a lot of the things that I did socially when I first got here were with those friends from summer camp. So those are some of the places that I found myself. Eventually, from working at Emmanuel, I found that I wanted a chance to sort of branch out into different Jewish communities and different young adult communities. So I spent a little bit of time hanging out at a few Moishe House events that a couple of friends introduced me to. I tried to get to a lot of their young adult events, and then some of the bigger community stuff that was happening, things like the Chabad Purim parties and those kinds of pieces.
Cool. And what's the best Jewish event you've been to in Dallas?
I think the best Jewish event that I've been to in Dallas was probably when Moishe House rented out a party barge this past summer. One of the things that I really liked about it is that at some of these larger events, it's great when you go with your friends, but you can get a little bit lost. And I think when you're in an environment where you're in closed off quarters with a number of people for an extended period of time, it really forces you to get to know people that you otherwise wouldn't have because of just the dynamics of that kind of place.
Awesome. And then just one final question here. If there was anything you'd like to see in Dallas or anything like that you'd like the community to know about, do you have anything you'd like to share? Like any more types of events, for example?
I think that more smaller events are a great way for people to connect and get to know each other. I think I always have fun when I go with friends to some of the bigger things that are going on around town, but I think you meet new people and you build better relationships when you're doing the same activity with someone in a smaller group for a period of time. So that's why volunteering is great, because you have that opportunity to do hands-on stuff with a group of people. That's why things like the party barge are great. That's why small discussions and small dinners are great. So I think that when you see those kinds of smaller environments where people are brought together by something common that they're doing together, those I think are really great events.
Awesome. And where can people expect to see you next in Dallas?
You can expect to see me next at probably on Purim, but I think you'll also see me at the Young Professional Softball League that will be happening at the JCC this summer. You should see me there.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you, Steve. And it's our Jew of the Week.
All right, thanks, Aaron, and I'll see you Monday in class.